Fair, spoiler-free reviews of the newest films. Vaughn on Movies. Presented by Spidvid.
Oh, Robin Hood, we know ye from many faces. On most occasions, you're the only thief we're willing to tell our children to admire. Well, forget everything you know about Robin Hood. In director Ridley Scott's version, the famous do-gooder, played by Russell Crowe, is a yeoman serving the crusading King Richard. When Robin speaks his mind, he is punished, but with that comes a great opportunity. Able to flee the army, Robin and his soon-to-be merry men get swept up in a conspiracy to pit England against itself in civil war. At the helm of it is Godfrey, Mark Strong. You know him as the guy who keeps popping up, routinely delivering a performance worth its weight in gold. As a con artist, Robin is able to disguise himself as a nobleman, and in doing so, he encounters a radically refreshing portrayal of Maid Marian by Cate Blanchett. Seen here as a woman of nobility and back-breaking labor, Marian is reluctantly paired with Robin as they both take on the responsibility of quelling this conspiracy. Many of you may feel betrayed by the promotional material that builds this as a movie based on epic battles, but I was caught up in the love story between Marian and Robin. I also enjoy how none of the characters fit the description I had built for them. Ridley Scott manages to take a story that is as old as this one, add enough surprises to it, and it is again fresh. The way Robin changes as a character is also something new. He starts out the victor of luck, and then he becomes truly powerful. Robin is conflicted by a tragic event that's told only in a truncated speech and dream sequence. Sure, it would have raised the stakes to an R rating, but I felt that the way the movie started out, everything could have been better if we'd seen what was bothering him so much instead of just briefly hearing about it. I understand why the filmmakers would want to get a PG-13 rating, but let's not confuse that with a movie designed for 13-year-olds. These are adults doing adult things, and it's not something that plays towards a tween demographic. Really? Robin Hood is only a stone's throw away from the violence found in Michael Mann's The Last of the Mohicans. I realize that this pair of Crowe and Scott have worked on another movie concerning identity theft, but there were times when I felt Robin Hood was superior to Gladiator. The legend of Robin Hood is more myth than history-based, and with this retelling, I've seen more liberal changes than in all the others combined. Actually, when I first heard about this movie, I was under the assumption that it was supposed to be a comedy of sorts with Crowe playing both Robin Hood and the Sheriff of Nottingham. Boy, did that change. There were times when I was moved by the burgeoning relationship between Marian and Robin, but then I was distracted just moments later by an out-of-left-field lecture meant to stir the emotions in the Robin character. It was as unnatural as the time I got into an argument with a T-800. Hey, look, I'm a big fan of what you're doing and all, but can you, maybe not kill people anymore?
Why?
Well, we're trying to keep a low profile, try to keep the cops off of us.
Why?
Are you kidding?
Why?
Before I give out my final score, I have to give a shout out to Alex Herman for answering this week's Pop Quiz Hotshot trivia question. Be sure to look for those on Twitter, Sundays, midnight Central Time. The end of this movie gets to be a little bit of a stretch. I'm not too sure if I'm ready to deal with Maid Marian as a warrior. I was also a little disappointed how the King John character is so well developed and then unwell developed. Indeed, there were times when I felt I was watching a 4-star movie, but PG-13 sellouts and minor quibbles here and there, I have to give Robin Hood 3 out of 4 stars. And I'll see you guys next time.